20-year-old CrossFit athlete, train 5-6 times a week. I also do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Dumfries. 2 to 3 times a week, and we're going to go try out the oxygen therapy. It's meant to be amazing for recovery, which you need to focus on and prioritise if you're an athlete that's doing lots of training. So oxygen therapy is meant to be amazing for pre-performance, so not just recovery, so post whatever you've done. It's meant to be great for pre, so if you've got a competition coming up. So that's why we are going through the Dumfries. We're popping along to Queen of the South Arena to go see Beth at Just Breathe 02. That's where she does the oxygen therapy. How quickly do you think you would feel the benefit of doing a session?
From one session you will get a bit of a benefit, but really to get more of a benefit it's a long-term thing, so a bit like general fitness or doing anything for your health, you build it up over time and it's just one of the added things. If you were to have a injury, then you would want to get in there as quickly as possible for as many sessions as you could manage over a short period of time, and that's just because it then would speed up the recovery process.
And how often would you recommend someone coming to get a session?
It depends on the person and the individual. One, you need to take into consideration how far you're travelling and to make it viable, but also two, on what condition you're treating. If it's for somebody that's looking for sports benefits, you'd probably look to do it once every week or once every sort of 10 days, depending on what fits with you. If you're somebody with a long-term condition, you'd need to do it, especially in the first instance, a lot closer together. So for example, I've got silly little injuries that I've had from not stretching and looking after myself when I was younger, and I find that as long as I'm going in the chamber once every 10 days to 2 weeks, it keeps those injuries at bay. I know that if I was to go in there solidly every single day for a couple of weeks, then the injuries would probably go away, but I don't have the time to do that, so I just use it to my benefit, if that makes sense.
So it speeds up recovery and healing process.
Yeah. So how that works is because our bodies react instantly to an increase in oxygen, what happens is when you're in there and you're getting more oxygen, it's then pushing all that additional oxygen into the areas in your body that are hypoxic, and that's then how it speeds up the recovery process. So for example, I had a boy in recently who had a broken collarbone. 13 weeks he'd been out, he's a motocross racer, so 13 weeks he'd been not able to train, and we had an image of the break at the start of hyperbaric oxygen after 13 weeks, and then we could see after 2 weeks worth of doing 8 sessions he did in 2 weeks, it then made it enough that he could get back to training. So and there's medical trials out there that say it can speed it up by 50%.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you could use this in conjunction with something like sports massages or seeing a physiotherapist to just quadruple your chances of healing.
Yeah, so that would be always with somebody, particularly with muscular injuries. If you were going in the chamber, if you had physio exercises, if you do that within 2 to 3 hours off the back of coming out of the chamber, you can have a greater benefit because you've got that oxygen flowing through you at that quicker rate. So yeah, it can supplement other things as well. So if you're doing all the right things and you add in oxygen treatment too, then it's just going to boost it.
Say I had competition coming up, if I came into the chamber, would it boost performance?
Yes, so it is known to boost performance, and ideally the other thing that it's good for, because obviously in the build up to having a competition, you're easing back on your training in most sports that you'd be doing, but there's also that concern that you could end up with a cold or you could end up ill, and that would be the worst thing because you've done all the training, you've done all the prep beforehand, and this cold's gonna So oxygen's antimicrobial, which means that it'll prevent you from getting that cold as well, so it'll just keep you boosted. So definitely pre any sort of sports competition, it would be really good, even if it was just one session before going in, and then off the back of the competition, coming in, and then it would help to recover the sort of muscular tears quicker.
Yeah, excellent.
How it works is basically the only thing you need to do is take your shoes off before going in. When you get into the chamber, we'll fit your mask on, and once you feel comfortable with the mask, we'll then shut the door open, and that's it. And ideally, the time to get back to surface should be similar to the time it's taking you to get to pressure in the first place. So all in all, the average person, you're in there for about 60 minutes.
60 minutes. And will I be able to hear you while I'm in there?
Yes, so there's an intercom system. So I speak to you. People often speak to me, but it's difficult to hear through the masks. So there's sort of eye-to-eye contact and thumbs up and whatever else. And that I get a lot. How's your ears? So yeah, it's there's communication all the time. When you're at pressure, I tend to walk away and make sure that you see me from time to time, but generally you're left to just chill out, because it wouldn't be very nice if somebody's staring at you the whole time. So yeah. So yeah, breathe in through your mouth and out through your nose, and just focus on that. It's strange because we breathe all the time and we don't realise it, but you're having to think about how you're breathing. You're quite comfortable? Right, I'll shut the door over, and then it'll lock, and then you'll hear the air starting to come in.
Plan's been shot.
It still gives me a fright sometimes. It doesn't matter how many times. Goodness knows how many hundreds of times. How was that?
It was good. Yeah.
The ear bit's a wee bit disconcerting in the first instance, isn't it?
That was fun. I was fell asleep actually at one point. Or I could have slept.
See, nobody believes me that you can sleep in there.
No, you could absolutely.
quite easily
Oh, I would
sleep
sleep
in
in
there.
there. I'd sleep in there like that.
I know. So it's been a couple months since me and team DGWGO went to see Beth at Just Breathe O2 to do the oxygen therapy chamber. And it has got to be one of the most unique experiences I've had doing any form of recovery treatment. It was a brilliant experience. Beth was really lovely and she made you feel really comfortable the whole time, beginning to end. In terms of the actual treatment, you get to pick how long you're in the chamber for. And there's about 5 to 10 minutes of being in the chamber where you come up to pressure, and then that's when your time begins. So I picked 30 minutes. So overall, I think it was maybe about 50 minutes. The whole experience took from the 10 minutes getting up to pressure, 30 minutes of being at pressure, and then coming back down. Coming up to pressure, you can feel your ears pop sometimes. It kind of feels like when you're in an airplane and it goes up high. But after that, once you've like settled, it's so relaxing. You wouldn't know, I mean, you would know you're in a chamber, but I could have had a nap. It was just comfortable and normal. If you train a lot as an athlete, or if you even have an injury that's taking a long time to heal, you need to check out Beth at Just Breathe O2.